Hello, welcome back. Last time I came to the Void and tried to get some of these endgame puzzles done, and they were going okay until Drawbridge happened. So what was happening in here? Do I want to try this again right now, or try something else? Well, let's take another look on a fresh day. Alright, so the overall conundrum here. Sun Fragment is hidden behind a 4-heart door. Also 2 elemental charges, incidentally. There is a drawbridge down there. Any 3 elements will drop it. I would like to have the heart when I go down here, but it needs to be the leftmost thing in my stack, because if it's not, I can't use hearts right next to each other. There's no reversing, there's no minusing, there's no poisoning. So I would have to have used this wind, which then puts everything in the wrong state here, and Drawbridge is now 1 away from collapsing. So I can come here, I can use 1 wind, I can have 1 heart, I can get the earth there, but I am burdened with it. I have another brown burden once again. Well, if I'd put it down here, that does let me get in and multiply some hearts. This doesn't feel healthy, right, even with full heart multiplication. I can't actually cross this gap. I have tried before. And that's just not going to happen. Any 4 hearts will open that door. Too many elements used closes this way back. So it does feel implied that I'm going up there to get back. Well, okay. Maybe I only really need to worry about the drawbridge on the way in? Yeah, if I have another way back... How could I ever have another way back if I need the heart to be the leftmost, well, the only thing in my queue? That's the big problem. Okay, so once I start using hearts, then any 2 elements will close that thing above. But I can't have anything but hearts when I'm over there. How will I get back after multiplying hearts only? Seemingly the only way is if I can use just 1 element on the way. But I am forced to pick up 2. This one's in the way of the heart, this one's in the way of the drawbridge. I can't currently get to any fire. I can do this. There's an elemental charge to deal with someday over here. That earth didn't want to put down for a moment. Okay, I just got an idea. Oh, now hold on. How well does this work? So sure, I'll take the earth and I'll lay it down here for later use. It doesn't go when I walk into that wall for some reason. This is too many elements already used. But my idea was gonna be... I do that, I go all the way across the drawbridge, I send the fire to the right, I multiply my hearts, I heart 4 times, and then my fire clone arrives and lets me escape. I also need to activate that elemental charge on the other side. That also doesn't work. What if I have 2 fire? Well, at least one of them is going to be left to the heart, which is unacceptable. And what do I think I'm doing with 2 fire? Hold on a second. Wait, why can't I... Oh, I can. So burn that. Take the earth first. Oh. Okay. Well, this is closer to working than anything I had before. It's not correct. So while that was happening, wait, why did... Oh, because I touched a multiplier. Alright, well I'm going to have to shoot that from here then. I won't be activating this elemental charge. Too bad. Oh, I put down the earth. You weren't putting down. I guess on a moving door is a bad place to do that. Let's do it here then. Okay. So, the heart task is done. Several other tasks are not. But I did manage to open that door while being on the right side. Okay. So there was a multiplier I didn't use. Having more hearts there might actually... This was nonsense. The thing I did here, this is not correct. I am fairly certain. For so many reasons. Hold on. What if... Oh, this is going to be jank. It might work, though. Not there. So if I race... I can't race that fast. I was going to use a heart on that charge before doing the rest. Maybe that's... hang on. If I got earth and fire in the other order, would that be any healthier? I don't think so. No. Okay. I guess I could take a multiplier now and still be able to do everything technically. No, I would have to shoot another fire and that's no good. I have to at the very least use my fire first. Fire, multiply, earth, earth, not gonna work. There's no way. Alright, so the other idea was I cannot do this fast enough, but I'll try anyway. I was gonna heart there, then get the 2 multipliers, and there's no way that's happening. Not a chance. Okay, but let's at least do this while getting all 3 multipliers. So now, I think I can get here with hearts. Do I now? If I use all of them? I didn't use all of them. There's gonna be a rhythm to this. Or it's impossible. That was a bad attempt. Alright, so how much coyote time is there? That much. I say that much, not testing that. Okay. Maybe I'm not getting up there. I don't think hearts quite do that task. Whoa. Certainly don't do it on the way up. No, I don't think that's working. And still, it does nothing to activate that elemental charge down there. So I did manage to place a vine outside of tile boundaries. That's fun. Okay, so that's not working, but maybe it's getting a little bit closer. I'm still just not at all on the solution path here. It's pretty hard to see my way to doing anything other than just wasting this and picking up the heart, because it needs to be on the left. That is required. There's no way I could be swift enough to... Now, wait a second. Why not? Can I just... That won't help me up here, but ignoring that problem... What am I thinking? Oops, no. Okay, well, I'm on the wrong side. Well, what if I did that from a slightly different position? Let's say right here. That'll work. You think so? I kinda do. Except for the top part. Okay, well that's a little bit closer, but I've done nothing for this. Now, okay. But that means several things. I still need to use this to get up there at some point. Maybe that's okay. Maybe I can do all that. I'd like to have had the heart by now. I need that earth. I guess I can multiply the earth. It can't be left of heart, though. No, that's not going to work. So that air needs to be used to get up here. Okay. So how about then? Well, what? I'm getting out of here without even... just by burdening myself with more elements without doing anything with them? Yeah. That's right. I set this down here. Or here. Either one is fine. I waste something. I escape. I use fire once. No, there's like so many problems with this. Also, didn't I initially go across that drawbridge? Okay, how did I do that when I first did it? I wasted this. I brought heart, fire, earth. I earthed here. No, what's this fire doing now? Could the fire just stay? Why do I need the fire? Well, something's got to open that door. What if I multiplied now? Because there is an extra multiplier. I might have something here. First heart does this. I need to ditch the earth. I guess I'll do it here. Heart 1. Oh, I had already used a heart, so that closed. None of this is on the beaten path, but I am, at this point it's clear I'm never going to find the beaten path, so I'm just going to have to whack through the weeds and get some hacky solution that works. Because the other one is invisible to me. If I'm not going to find it, I'm just not going to find it. That's just how it goes sometimes. I can do that. Oh, is that... No, that's no good. I can get the heart in here. I can take this fire. I can gain these things. Game's doing that thing. I thought I applied my fix, but maybe I didn't today. Could I have taken that fire in the other order? Not really, no. What was that? Something confusing. I think that worked, though. Okay, well, there's my janky broken solution. What did I even do? It's not actually working though, because this isn't activated yet. Could I have done it earlier? I think so, yes. Wait, no, can't I just do it now? Why was... Yeah, I do it on my way up instead of... What did I do before? I don't know. Anyway, okay, so there's my janky broken solution. That was definitely not right. But what was the right solution? I have no idea. Alright. Anyway, it's done. I have the sun fragment. Overload. Oh, I had some... wait a second. Can I recall my... So I jailbroke 2 hearts. Whoa, it's a big E there. I cannot recall those. Yeah, okay, so... Among other things, that marks that was not the way that was meant to go. Elemental megalith. Alright, that sounds ending-y. Well, maybe E is for ending. It's ending E. Overload. What's you? Right, okay, so overload. That's what happens when I have too many elements and I die of it. Like this. Pow. Okay. Okay, yeah, so this gate is silly. It's like a little blob with 2 eyes. Oh boy. Alright, there are 3 elemental charges that definitely have to be activated. That much I know. Looks like the first fire I use is gonna close that, so... I'm not allowed to ever use fire, except after I've passed this, I guess? But I do have to pick it up. There's a minus in there, so I probably need to kill the fire. It's not clear to me that I need to close either of these fire gates. It's pretty clear I need to not close that one. Well, no it's not. But I can choose not to by doing this. Alright, well this is a big mess. Not allowed to use fire. So to avoid doing that, I'm going to accept the duplication of wind, I'm going to reverse these, and I'm going to kill my fire. That's probably not what I want. Wind I can safely use pretty much as I want, right? So I'll use up all my wind. That door opened. Ah, that's a fire backstop. Got it. So I don't want to use 2 winds in a row. That's what's being implied to me. Alright, so here's a wind resetter. This way I can eat through this sequence of things. That will kill me. Now I can only set down a limited amount of earth. No, I can overlap it. I mean... This is so obviously wrong. Too bad, it's what's happening. Alright, I killed an earth. Here's a duplicate of a wind. I'll use it on that. I'm going up here. Okay. And I have no means of ascension anymore. Alright, that thing got poisoned. I end up here with nothing. Okay. Some doors opened. Uh-oh. How would this be approached? That approach didn't do it. Alright, sun fragment is down there. Let's trace a path from the sun fragment back to the hub portal. Unless I'm using wind to cross this gap or water to jump up from here. Or earth. Okay, so all 4 elements really could get me back up there. It's only fire that requires this door not to have been opened. So fire needs to sit at the left side of my stack, not getting used. At all. until I've passed this barrier both ways. Getting back here is going to require, looks like, 2 water. Okay, so that's doable if I ignore everything else. However, I need 1 more up here. Okay, so essentially the optimal stack state at the end would be fire, water, water, water. So use water number 1 here, number 2 here. Nope. Number 3 here. And then fire at the top without ever having used wind twice in a row. There's some poison, there are 4 minuses. And 3 reversers. And 2 duplicators. And 5 times signs. There's a strict order to the elemental charges. And if I can't use fire, there's a strict order to these. So I do want to end up with a fire, so I guess I want water, water. So fire, water, water is what I want to have when I drop down here. I'll multiply it. Use water, use fire. Use water. At some point I've used 1 wind and that door has started to open. Okay. This looks like it wants something very specific. So I suspect I'm skipping that minus. However, if I use water now, then I have no more water and I absolutely need some. So I must multiply. How then did I open that door up there? Did I do this on my test run? No. Wait, my one test run totally opened that door way up above my head. How would that have happened without that thing resetting? And without... I didn't take this times sign. But there I just used my last water. My only water. What on earth? Or... no, the test run I'm thinking of looked like this. Okay, that's what I did. Got it. Okay, the other test run did not do any such thing. So... elements I cannot be without at the end. Water and fire. And since I have no choice but to use water here, I must multiply. Okay? So this puzzle state has me using an error, probably, to do what? Probably not that. I'd probably like to poison a minus, at times, rather. I can feel free to use this. Probably. It's not really used for anything else other than what I have here. I'm going to have to subtract one of my fires, I think. Where do I put this earth? There's not much of anywhere I can. Everywhere would block me. I guess after I go here I could do this, and I could still take that. Still have an earth though. Well no, hold on. What if instead of using it I would reverse? Then I would get fire. What if I duplicate something, then reverse, then delete a fire? Okay, my stack is a mess. But maybe it's a mess I can work with. I can't poison that many timeses. I can't preserve the things that need to be preserved, can I? Okay, let's pretend this is okay. Better, let's pretend this is okay. And that this is okay. Alright, so if I reversed, then I can spend, there's 2 errors in a row, which is bad. So I guess after 1 I'm going to have to reverse. But if I reverse, then that puts, oh, I've already used 1. I have? Wait. These are non-resetting doors. No, I used 1 and then I reversed. Okay. Alright. So I sure didn't want to duplicate that. Let's use an air now. Sure don't really want to duplicate my earth, but I guess I can? Not really. No. Because there is nowhere to dump this brown burden. Well, I could poison the duplicator. Which would be an unusual action, but I could do it. I do not wish to reverse. That earth at the left side of my stack is terrible. That will not do. And I also can't use fire, so yeah, that's the end of that. So at some point I cross the threshold where I just cannot receive any signal from this game anymore. I don't know how it wants me to do things. Like that. The era of doing things a way that makes sense is clearly over. Like, yeah, I haven't been given, nor have I developed on my own, any thinking tools that would let me approach this any better than just do things and hope it works out. Have I? Let's think a little harder about this. So working backward is often productive. Am I sure I can't use fire early? Yeah, pretty much. That one door there closing. If that's closed, there's no getting out. So prior to right around here, I guess, I can't use fire. But I have to hold on to it. Do I actually? Strictly speaking, no. Like, that door up there doesn't actually have to open if I had a couple of waters. And if I had a couple of more waters, if I could just end up with all water at the end, having used at least 1 air once. Yeah, if I could eliminate everything that's not water. That would do the job. Yeah, having used at least 1 air, eliminate anything that's not water. And just multiply all of the waters. Okay. So if my task were to empty my queue now except for the 1 water droplet, how would I imagine doing that? Well, the problem is I have Earth. But I suppose the best way to go about this would start with poisoning this duplicator. I need to use the air for nothing in particular. Then I have this problem that just, I can't put it anywhere. Can't put it here. Yeah, no. Hold on. If I could have duplicated water, but how would that happen? Well, I can reverse twice. Oh, I'm carrying poison. So I use that to get up there. Use this to get it out of here. It's okay to start popping that door. That one doesn't matter. Reverse to get earth out of my face. Poison to get the duplicator out of my face. Minus to get the fire out of here. It sure hasn't helped me. Now there's water smack in the center of that. Not really where I want it. And the first elemental charge is after the sun fragment, so I have a complicated task post that part. Air is not a problem. My problems are fire and earth. Can I ditch this earth? No, there's nowhere to put it. Anywhere I put it blocks me. The only place I can see is right here. Okay, well that gives me an idea at least. So what if... waste... weirdly enough, duplicate. Maybe that... yeah, I can see that being okay. Reverse, minus... don't reverse yet. Don't take the poison. Do this, reverse, do that, do that. Here we go. Okay, that reset the door. That's okay. Problem is I now need to reverse fire, and I'm not at a reversal spot. But other than that, my stack state actually looks almost okay. Choosing to poison something different like this, whoops, does not help me. Well, I can reverse now, actually. Yeah, no, hang on, this is almost workable. Here we go. Ditch that there. And then... oh, I needed to duplicate water. Or kill another fire. I don't have the means to do that. Aha, okay. So there's a way to evaluate. There is only one minus sign I can access prior to going through the times gauntlet and having the sun fragment. The rest are out of reach, but I have 2 fires, but I can't kill the fires. No, okay, so... doing some of the task I did with it in mind, that I desire to duplicate water, which is square in the middle of my dang stack. I can't really dig it out of there, like, at all. Especially with this duplicator where it is. Let's say I'm standing here with an empty stack other than water. I end up with 16 water, waste 1 or 2 just to be sure I don't overload. I get in here and I get 1 erased, get 1 duplicated, get the sun fragment, water the charge, go up, duplicate, erase, blah blah blah, water the charge. Get poison, poison the minus, water the charge, water, 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 yeah. So if I could stand here with nothing on me but water, then that would do the job. I can waste this now. So that helps a little bit with my stack state. because now I'm not multiplying any air. But that door up there is not opening now unless I use another water. That's okay, I can do that, I think. Well, I think wrong if that's what I think. Okay, I don't wish to duplicate anything. It is okay to poison this. I do wish to erase some fire. No, yes. I don't need any fire, but I can't erase any more fire than that. Yeah, there's only one minus. And if I have two fires, then I can't be standing there with just water. Okay. If not for the fire being there, I'd be in reasonably good shape here. Well, I took too much water. But okay, let's pretend that that part's not a problem. Okay, so right, there is one more problem in that that gate up there never opened. I have an unused tool, I have an unopened gate. I don't have to be in a hurry to ditch this air, really. It'll get duplicated here, yes, but it's easy to use up. So it doesn't get in the way too much. I could use it now. But okay, let's poison the duplicator. Reverse and erase a fire. However, there is a spot where I cannot use air, and that's down there. If I want to reverse, like that's lost now. Well, I didn't use this and I can. Has that helped anything? Nope. But what if I reverse now? I've done this before. Also, that reset the door. Okay, well, I gave this a try. Maybe like maybe like Drawbridge, I'll come up with a solution if I look at it again. Yeah, this wasn't pretty, and this hasn't been so far. So, I don't know. Then there's also the E that I could go toward if I wanted that. Alright, we'll see what happens.